right, the Rewind podcast is back. Of course, I'm Kev Nash. Appreciate everybody checking out last week's episode on the game's first CD, the documentary. Shouts out to my guy D Fort and my boy JG for jumping on that podcast. If you haven't heard it yet, go ahead and definitely check it out. And subscribe to us on wherever you subscribe to your podcast, 5 stars, all that good mumbo jumbo, man. But the real reason we here, man, we here to review a classic from Snoop Dogg, DoggyStyle, back in the building. Big Hunt was good.
What's going on? I'm in a new location. I'm not in the car. What's going on? That was a good episode last week about the game. Good episode. Shout out to D and your dude JG. I like that.
Appreciate it. Kelz Vicious back in the building again. What's it doing out there in Denver? Is it still snowing or what?
No, man. We got rid of the snow. It's 85 today again, and sunny and everything. You know, the snow only stays for 24 hours out here. It melts pretty fast. That high desert thing.
That's what's up. And we gonna call this appearance 2.5. Big bro, Mainey Maine, what's good, bro?
What's happening, man? What's happening? Where y'all get this 2.5? I would say 2.25, but hey, it's cool.
Let's review. You was on the Dr. Dre full episode. You're gonna be on this one. You're supposed to be on the MOBB.
MOBB.
And you go on this full episode. So that's it. Oh, and that's right. You missed the Tupac episode.
I'll make it up.
Oh, yeah. You came at the end.
No, he never showed up.
Make it at all.
Oh, man. So, all right, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. You was quarantining.
Yeah, I was quarantined.
This dude, man. All right, man. Let's jump into this Snoop Dogg DoggyStyle. Man, what was going on with you in the year of 1993?
93, man. I remember I was working part-time at this country club. Part-time is supposed to be like 25 hours a week. I was working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, setting up for weddings. Still walking to the store, to Greenlight Shopping Plaza down in Cleveland to buy CDs and records back in the day. And I remember, that was before I left for Central. So I remember, I want to say I got it from Greenlight or I got it from Severance, the CD. And it was one of them things, you know. Snoop. I'm sure Hunter will agree that Snoop was a man in there. You was waiting for that Snoop CD to come out at that time.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have it. We'll talk about it here in a second, but it's still one of my favorite CDs of all time. So I'm just gonna set that precedent right off the bat.
That's what's up. Kelz Vicious, what was going on with you in 93?
It was my freshman year of college, and I remember, like you said, this was the most hyped CD because of the single. The single was huge at the time, and this is a CD I can swear I don't think I've ever bought in my life, but I know that every person had this CD in my dorm. Every white dude, every black dude. I remember it was a guy who gave me rides home, and he was from Elyria, so he would drop me off on the way to Elyria. This white guy, he had the CD, and we would listen to it all the way on that 2-hour trip. Like, listen to it twice.
Big Hunt, what was going on with you in 93?
1993. This came out in November. Our football season had just ended. We went 1-9 my senior year. I started working at McDonald's. Yeah, I started working at McDonald's right there on Highland in Richmond. And this CD, like Jermaine said, was highly anticipated. I don't remember when I bought it, but I remember everybody had it. And I feel like I knew a lot of it before I even bought it. I don't know if it was my brother or not, but I don't remember when I bought it, but I know I bought it. But man, this was probably the most anticipated. This might have been the most anticipated CD in hip hop of all time. Now, I just want to say this because I saw y'all Nas. I've seen half the Nas episode. And if I'm not mistaken, Killer B was saying Nas because Alive at the Barbecue, highly anticipated. I didn't anticipate Nas at all. I didn't anticipate. I remember Tony kept talking about Live at the Barbecue. Remember, Jermaine?
Right.
He used to always talk about it, but he never talked about Nas's verse. Then when I heard it, I mean, his verse was cool, but I never anticipated him dropping. But all these magazines would have Nas's name in it. But so, and y'all gotta remember when that Nas CD came out, it didn't even hit go like for like years. So, this to me was probably the most anticipated CD in history. Yeah.
You talking about he's coming off of the whole Dr. Dre Chronic or whatever. So you was waiting and you think about the Dr. Dre the Chronic. You think about back then it was cassette tapes. So you talking about the songs, the singles that dropped off of Dre's CD, and then he would have songs on the back, remixes, so on and so forth. Yeah. So you just took Snoop Dogg and he just was percolating and percolating and percolating, and you just was waiting for this CD and that for his time to shine. Not that he didn't shine on Dre's CD, but you was waiting for like, okay, it's time for his go at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me in '93, I was a freshman in high school, and Snoop ruled the world. Snoop ruled the world before his CD even came out because of the Chronic.
Yeah.
Though I probably shouldn't have been listening to that music then, it was because of y'all that I heard it so much. Anywhere I went, you heard the Chronic CD. I knew that CD from front to back. And you talk about easy listening. This CD is so easy to listen to. It's quick. It's kind of almost like how today's music is. It's quick. It's in and out. You get the music. It's great music, and it's in and out. So this CD is crazy. So we was talking about anticipated CDs. Y'all say this is the most anticipated of all time?
I might say that, man. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. Go ahead. I want to hear you guys. What other one was anticipated?
For me, obviously this is up there, Snoop DoggyStyle, but 50, Get Rich or Die Trying is definitely up there. Tupac, All Eyes on Me was up there.
Wu-Tang, because of Death Row.
Yeah, Wu-Tang Forever, the second CD, the double disc was super anticipated. Ye, third album, Graduation, was big time. People was wanting that, especially around these parts. And one I know all three of y'all gonna be mad that I put on the list, but it was definitely anticipated. Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation.
Don't say that.
I think like all the dudes was anticipated because of she's the best one in the Fuji. She's a rapper. She can rap her ass off, and you heard what she did on the Fuji. You heard what she did on the Fuji, so you just expecting like, all right, she's
you don't got
what?
You ain't gotta defend yourself.
No, I'm saying it also goes into my most disappointing CDs of all time. But we just talk about anticipation, like people stopping what they doing, going to make sure they hit up Best Buy or wherever they get their CDs from on that Tuesday. Like those are all on my list. I don't know where y'all at with the most anticipated CDs or rapper. Yeah.
Ice Cube's first CD and Scarface first CD, which was not that great of a CD, but yeah. But I would put Snoop's there, and I would say that this one met the hype. So,
for sure, man. You got any ones you want to throw in there?
I mean, I agree with some of the ones y'all saying. Like that Wu second CD, everybody was waiting for that CD. Like I remember, everybody was waiting for the Lauryn Hill CD. I get that. But I think Hunt hit it right on the head. Like people was waiting for this, clamoring for this CD, not waiting, clamoring for this CD, and it did, and it lived up to the hype. I've never met a person in life who said disliked this CD, or said it didn't live up to the hype, or said that CD was suspect, or why. I've never universally people say this is a good CD.
You know what else was super anticipated? I know Hunter's probably going 8. Midnight Marauders.
I don't know. I didn't anticipate it.
Got me.
Midnight Marauders. A lot of people were definitely looking for that Midnight Marauders when it came out.
It's not sense at all. I mean, we could get into the Tribe CD another day, but just for me, real quick on Tribe, like I've never heard a Tribe CD outside of what was it? The Love Movement was basically their greatest hits album. Yeah, ain't that the greatest hits?
Yeah. How about the anthology?
Yeah, anthology. Like I've heard all those songs before, and then like that was the first one I bought. And I mean, all those songs are great.
No,
no diss to Tribe though. No diss to Tribe.
Today is about Snoop Dogg, so we'll keep it.
Facts. All right, man. Let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Let's do a little track by track breakdown. Oh, before we do all that, man, we got to talk about the album cover. When y'all first went to buy the CD and y'all opened up the album cover, what did y'all think?
You talking about the cartoon?
Yeah.
With the little chick bent over, man.
Again, I think even looking at that, I'm trying to remember back to some of the CDs and everything. Even like the cover art on the outside, and then the whole opening up, and you got the Snoop Dogg cartoon. I'm laughing at art in the cartoon or whatever. The whole cartoon and everything writes it right there on the inside. I mean, it kind of fit him. Also too, it kind of went from for myself. It kind of went from like, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but like Snoop, he was hitting hard on Deep Cover and the Chronic. Snoop DoggyStyle kind of took you into Charisma Snoop, the lighter side of him as well too, where he's still hard and everything like that with the Murder Is the Case and all, but it took you into that lighter side and everything of him, and it was perfect with the album cover, the cartoon right there on the inside and everything into it, versus back in the day where it was usually album cover was a picture of you and your boys, a picture of you, your face, mean mug, and so on and so forth, right here, right off the bat with the vibrant colors, so on and so forth. It takes you right into the album, so it's picture perfect and everything for him and what he's become today or whatever, even back then.
Mommy caught me looking at it. What the hell is this?
when I looked at that album cover, it's real like cartoonish, and it's like, you about to get like a lot of flavor from this CD. You know what I mean? Like when you look at that, you think to yourself like, well, wow, this has a lot of personality to it. Like he's really putting himself in that I'm a dog category and everything. As far as then they were the Dog Pound, man. They really kind of built around that dog image. You know what I mean? So yeah. Hey, Kev, can I run it down real quick?
Oh yes, please do.
1993. It's a powerful year, man. Because we always say 94 hands down best year ever, but then you get to these other years, you're like, man, that was some good years. Enter the 36 Chambers. Mm-hmm. Midnight Marauders, both of those dropped on the same day. Tupac, Strictly for My Niggas, Onyx first CD, Naughty by Nature, 1993.
That's a good CD.
Scarface, The World Is Yours, and Ghetto Boys was really the third CD with Big Mike on it till Death Do Us Part. That was a strong year, man. He came out, November 23rd, at the very end of the year?
Yep.
It was a real strong year in CDs, man, hip-hop.
You forgot about a classic, man. Bloods and Crips, Banging on Wax.
Kyrie Love.
Did Black Moon drop this year, too? I think Black Moon dropped into the state. Yeah, so.
Crisscross the Bomb. I got to represent. All right, man. So track one, man. We get the we get the bathtub intro. Now, I don't know about y'all, but it felt so weird listening to a grown man take a bath now. Like, back in the day, I thought it was cool. Like, yeah, she giving him a bath. But now, it's very weird for me listening to it. Where was you at with it, Hunt?
I didn't think about it like that. I think they wanted to paint this picture that women cater to this dude. You know what I mean? Have any of y'all ever had I'm gonna just give you a bath? Like, I mean, he getting served like a king, man. So they wanted to paint this picture of him, how women look at him, how women reserve him, and they own him. You know what I mean? So, and then when he say, hey, do me a favor, put me on some of that music, some of that gangster shit. And so I read this article, and he said after the Chronic, he said he was spending a lot of time with Dr. Dre. He said they were celebrating the Chronic, but Dr. Dre had him hanging with him. Dr. Dre wanted to know which direction to take his album. So the girl in the bathtub scene throws on some 70s stuff, and Snoop said on that article, he said, I was always listening to a lot of 70s stuff around Dre. So Dre was like, I'm gonna give him, I gotta make this him. This is what he likes. So that's ushered in a lot of the funk beats and everything like that. So and so you know, Kel and I always, you know, we're gonna go back and forth with DJ Premier. Like this is what a great producer does, man. You know, he spends time with an artist and he builds around who this particular person is. I think DJ Premier is a great producer, but beats and rhymes, man, like Dre's not a beats and rhymes guy. He's a concept guy. He's gonna build around you, man. He's gonna make this whole CD you know what I mean? So, but that was the bathtub. I got it after reading that article.
Okay, Kelz, what's you at with it?
You know, because I remember that was the point in my life where I was actually watching a lot of those black exploitation movies like the Shafts and the Mac and all that, and that's what it kind of was paying homage to. Were those movies, those 70 movies, even the I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, you know, vibe, you know what I mean? And you know, I would say the music gives you a time and place, and when you hear that stuff, you would think of, oh yeah, the Mac and those things. And when I listen to it to this day, it takes me back to 1993, sitting in college, doing whatever I was doing. But yeah, it was good work. It was really good work, as Hunt said.
Can I
throw?
Oh, go ahead. I forgot to throw something else in here. Sorry to cut you guys off. And this is when Warren G comes in, and he sounds like he brings the party into his house.
Yeah.
So what's this party scene that kind of lasts for the first couple songs? You know, man, it's a great conceptual CD.
Yeah, man. Where's you at with the bathtub?
I think it's the same as what everybody else says. Set the tone where I like how Kel put it, like that black exploitation like feel to it a little bit, but it was like, hey, you know, the women and everything catering to Snoop Dogg, like, you know, that she giving him a bath, she washing him up, so on and so forth, and then like Hunt said, like it took you back to a house party type scene.
Yeah.
For the theme. I'm thinking like old school house party with like your mom or dad used to have, with the Parliament Funkadelic playing in the background. With the you know, like the one everybody's house had one, or I would say 90% of the people's house had one back in the day. It was that bead curtain that came down.
I knew you was gonna say that. Yeah.
The little beads and everything like that. That I'm talking about. That's the feel that I had as soon as it came on, and it started going into like you said, the whole black exploitation feel and all that stuff, and the house party feel, like in the background, so on and so forth. That's what I feel about it. I'm about to find me one of them bead curtains.
Ain't nobody sneak around your house when you had those. I remember my barber back in the day when I used to get a haircut. Madison, his mom had those all throughout the house, so he could never sneak through the house. He would always, he had to be in at 11. He would be in at 11 because he said, if I'm late, I know I ain't gonna be able to get fired making all that noise.
Oh my goodness. Then we on the track too, the real intro, G-Funk intro with the Lady of Rage.
Kev,
you know,
think of the bathtub. Kid, what you think of the bathtub?
Oh man, y'all older than me, so y'all picked up on vibes that I didn't. I just, as a kid, I thought like, oh, like much like y'all was like, oh man, she's giving him a bath. That's cool. But as I'm listening to it all week, I just like, it's weird. Like the weird hearing a dude get a bath, man. Like a bath. I ain't took a bath since I was a kid, man. Like it just felt weird now. But like as a kid, I thought it was cool. But track 2, we got the G-Funk intro with the Lady of Rage. Rage got robbed of her career because of the fall of Death Row. With everything that happened once Tupac entered the scene and died, and the fall of Death Row, she never got a chance to really work with Dr. Dre like Snoop did, or really even work with Daz. Say what?
Steve Harvey said. What do you mean? Rage got the act.
This dude. And for her to be the first 2 verses on this classic album says a lot about her, and it says a lot about Snoop and Dre. You know what I'm saying? To green light her, and she sets it off on this song. She sets off the whole CD, and like you were saying, Hunt, it kind of flows with that house party scene. Like the bathtub goes right into the G-Funk intro. Man, where was you at with it?
I think, like, if you think about this, I think you spot on with the Rage, and not to go on a tirade about her, but you start talking about, okay, she showed up on the Chronic album, and then she showed up on the tapes. You know what I mean? Where they're and the Smoking on Blunts and Tango. All she like. So I feel like Dre, he would take somebody like a Snoop. Snoop showed up on Deep Cover. And then he just was in the pot, and then when he showed up on the song, you was waiting for him. Now I feel like that was the same lane that they was going with Rage, and then Death Row went south. You know what I mean? And while she had her solo project or whatever, it just get lost in the mix. Lost in the mix. It was something that just had to be, you signed it. We just got to put this out. We got to put something out. Mm-hmm. But all the momentum that was built up from the Chronic, the tapes in between or whatever, the singles and stuff, the Sipping on Tanqueray, so on and so forth, leading into this, all went out the window. Now that being said, think about the confidence that you got in yourself. It's your solo album. Your solo album. You ain't even the first person to rap on your own solo album that everybody was waiting for years. You ain't even the first person to rap.
Yeah, man.
And you put somebody else get on and lay it down for you. And it just, from there, I don't know how y'all felt, but I was like, I remember at the time, I was like, this ain't going nothing but up from here. Not like, hey, it started off way up here, it's gonna go south. This started off here, and it's just gonna keep going. Is how I felt.
Yeah, I'm with y'all.
Go ahead, Kel.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on it, man. The funny thing is, what they did right here on this song is what every rap crew has always tried to do. Because if you look at all the projects they did, they would introduce someone new, but then they would continue to give you a little taste of this guy because we're gonna drop this guy next. But this is my project, and that's kind of and if you look, that's what the Wu kind of tried to do too as well. But yeah, this was great song, man. Rage ripped it up, man. Like I was such an East Coast guy. I used to think that she was paying homage to Main Source when she was like a knock it out the park, like a friendly game of baseball.
Yes, I am cooking up. Hunt, where was you at with it?
Man, I think this is my favorite intro of all time, man. This is yes, man. Man, she has so many wow moments in this rhyme, man. What she say? What make you think I'd be the one to make you blink eye? I catch you like pink eye. You can play the left because there ain't no right.
Ain't no right in me. Out the picture, out the frame.
You know what's happening. Don't try to play Raj. This ain't no rerun, G Hunt. Man, if there was ever a person who won a record deal, like if you wanted to sell yourself right now, Rage, she did it right there, man. Like coming off the Chronic with those rhymes, and here it was like, well, this is my favorite intro of all time, man. So, and then you got the guy talking at the beginning and everything. So as you have this funk sample here, you kind of know what you're about to get from Snoop, man. Like it's already kind of created in the bathtub, rage over this funk sample, man. It's like, man, I just like the whole concept that Dr. Dre has created here. Also, in that article that I read about Snoop, Snoop said him and DOC spent a lot of time playing video games at night, and DOC was showing him like how to rap and everything. So he said DOC had his ear, so lyric-wise, he had to impress DOC, and then DOC would get a thumbs up to Dr. Dre. So, yeah, but man, this is my most favorite intro of all time. See, and like I said, Kel, you know, this ain't no beats and rhymes here, man. This is a concept. I'm building a culture around this crew, man. That's why beats and rhymes don't always win, man. They don't sell much, man. I'm just trying to tell you, man.
I'm not, man. We're not gonna turn this into the Premier versus Dr.
You
Dre.
would have never got this from a DJ Premier CD. It would have just been a song coming on and somebody starting to rap, man. I'm just saying.
So just because you can paint a picture doesn't mean that you're a better producer, because like I just said, when you go beat for beat, it's a lot of great beats in the Primo catalog.
Yes, I'm just saying, you know, the beats and rhyme guys.
Relevant, like in the last 2 years beats.
Yeah, Kelly ain't like that. Kelly ain't like that documentary joint. Documentary, Drake was in his bag on that documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was 15 years ago. Yeah. 15 years ago, true, what the hell, man? I probably still rent a 4540. Sorry. Used to be a motherfucker, ain't it?
So we on the track 3, man. Gin and Juice. Now, in the credits, says all songs produced by Dr. Dre. Now, this is one of those hot button issues that always goes along with Dr. Dre. What did he really produce and what didn't he really produce? Now, I have always thought that Daz did Gin and Juice because this sounds like a Daz beat. Daz is on the hook with him. It's also a sample from George McCrae, I Get Lifted. Keith Murray also used this sample. For me, this sounds like a Daz beat, but they say Dr. Dre produced it. We'll go on from there.
I'm going to give him credit for it.
Say what?
I'm going to always give him credit for it.
Y'all gotta realize he's delegating stuff too, man. Doesn't mean he did everything.
No, I understand that, man. But like Kevin always say, it's the Kanye thing where we take a very good. You can take a lot of good Kanye songs, and they're not his beats, they're not his raps, but nobody gets credit.
I don't speak on the Trump supporter.
I fucks with Kanye up until Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Everything after that I don't fuck with.
Well, it ain't Kanye Day. It's Snoop Dogg Day right now. So
Facts. So this is the second single out the gate for Snoop. Huge video. A day in the life. A day in the life of Snoop Dogg, and the video portrays that as well, man. So many memorable moments from the video. Man, where was you at with Gin and Juice?
Listen, for Gin and Juice, I think you hit it like spot on with like the video. Like even the video is following right along to the theme of this CD so far. It went straight to the house party vibe and everything like that. And then like it's funny and everything that you said, because then like even memorable video or whatever, like you got a little Bow Wow in there in the video, but like Snoop Doggy Dogg, you need to get a jobby job. And then like his parents leave and right off the bat, you know what? Time to set up the house party. All right. So the video was good, and then now back to the theme. Like even the small stuff. Like he started the CD off with a chick giving him a bath. Now he riding down the street, classic view on the front of the BMX. Tell me you don't remember them days when your dude got a bike and you don't got one. He on the front of the BMX on the handlebars after you make the calls. He take him to a chick house to get his hair done.
Yeah.
To get his hair braided up. And he's set getting ready for the party. That is a classic hip hop visual, him on the front of that BMX. Yeah. And then you start talking about the impact of, I know you'll talk about throughout history where you have like your 50 Cent and his Vita Water and whatever, his effing vodka, and you talk about, you know, your Jay-Z and his whatever, his Ace of Spades and whatever, he Cristal before. But before all that, tell me, he was before the St. Ides, gin and juice. How many people drank that because of this?
Yeah,
we was at the club, whether you was at a house party, whether you was at barbecues now, we're just hanging out with your dudes and chicks or whatever. You sending somebody to the store, they coming back with gin and juice. Not Bud Light, not Bud Light. They was coming back with some gin and juice. And you know what? If he never got paid from Seagram's, they owe him some royalties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, man, he made it a household. Like Cube made St. Ives, you know, with Boys in the Hood. It's the same type of thing, man. I think it's a great song, man. Like you say, it's a great song. I think like you say, Dr. Dre was in his bag here, man. Or you know, whoever produced it, when it was good. Man. Like, this is great stuff, great rhyme, great beat, and it marries well.
Yeah.
What's up?
I agree.
Sorry to cut you off. How many dudes went out and got a hockey jersey after this video?
I was just about to say that. I'll put it up on my phone.
Jersey after this video.
Nobody.
I remember specifically in '93, man. You had some hockey jersey, hot '93, '94. Man, this was a great video. It's a great song. It's a safe song. It's a great song with a catchy hook. They took that slave hook. Watching ladies, somebody watching you. If it goes like that, man, what they did with the video, man, Snoop felt like, man, hey, like that, this dude is one of me, man. He said the party's still jumping because my mom ain't home. You know what I mean? They didn't try to act like they were super rich, you know,
right?
Like a lot of rappers do. Like, I have all these millions. Dude said I'm still staying with my mama, and this dude was in his 20s. You know what I mean? So it was just real relatable, man. And like Jermaine said, I tried gin and juice around that time because it was talked about, man. It was just a hip thing, man. Yeah.
So one of Big Hunt's favorite things is interludes and skits and everything like that. W Balls. Hunt, what's up?
Man, I guess this guy was a really on, what is it out there? Was it BLS out in California? This was
I think BLS is in New York, but
it's New York. It's something similar to that because I kind of looked this dude up and he was rough, but I guess he died.
Oh, okay.
I mean, more flavor. Have y'all noticed how all these songs now are tying into each other, man?
Yeah.
Like you know, Kelly is not, you know, the song fades off. Here comes another beat. Somebody's gonna start rhyming. You know?
Bring it in.
It's a concept, man. It's a concept, man. And you know, the W Balls, man. He went in the pocket of what Dog Pound's themes is, man.
Kelly, go ahead, rebuttal, man.
Nah, this is a great CD in my opinion. I think it's a really good CD. I think it's a well put together CD. This is because if you think Dre was the real guy who really introduced us to the interludes between albums and with the NWA stuff, and this is, I think it's great stuff, man. It was really good. It was entertaining, you know, and it made you laugh. But then when it went into the song, you was ready.
Yeah.
Where was you at with W Balls, man?
Come on, man. It was, if you think about it, like I think he hit it right. Like Dre, that was Dre's thing. Dre had those interludes from the NWA CDs, so on and so forth. All the NWA CDs, the Niggas for Life, straight into the Chronic. So what would you expect? Would we really expect Snoop not to have something? Now is like the interludes and everything. I feel like that came from like Dre. They also too a lot of the times they were very comedic. They were funny and everything. They lightened the mood and stuff like that. Funny, and then it like this one played right from the radio into the song, and straight with the thing.
I loved it. I loved it back then. I love it even more now that I'm a radio guy. Like, I was having this conversation with one of our PDs at a retreat that we did last year, and they're like, they're trying to bring that Quiet Fire shit back, where they play nothing but the R&B jams, but not just like on the contemporary R&B station. They trying to bring it to like, the hip hop stations and like try to bring R&B back and everything like that. And I was talking about it like, yeah, man, I just remember listening to the radio and they always had a deep voice guy on there. You always envision the dude in there in the studio with the candles lit. You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, what is he doing in there? Like, yo, everybody got to be coming through. All the girls got to be coming through for that, man. So that's what I think about when you hear W Balls. And then that transitions us into track 5, The Shiznit. For me, growing up, this was my favorite song. This was my favorite song on here, man. I just remember him performing this on Arsenio Hall. Of course he performed What's My Name, but his second song he performed was The Shiznit. And I just remember watching Arsenio and him rapping the whole verse. Cusses was in there. And I asked you, man, I was like, yo, they allowed to cuss on TV now? He's like, I guess so. Like, he said everything on there, man. And I watched it today on YouTube. Like, he drops the entire song on there, man. I love The Shiznit. Where was you at with it, Kelz?
Man, it's a great, I always talk about the painting of a picture with the song. This song paints a great picture. And you can see the video and you can see the cinematics of it as it's going. That's the one thing that I remember when I was just listening to it again, is that you're like in the car with him. You know what I mean? It's very visual.
Big Hunt.
Man, anytime you put a flute in a song, it's a win-win. It's always been the case, man. Anytime you put a live flute in there, man. So I looked at the samples for this song, man, and Dr. Dre replayed this Billy Joel sample, man, and man, you can barely hear it though. He kind of disguised it real well. So they said that this song was a whole freestyle by Snoop. This was a real freestyle.
Okay.
So I was like, wow, when I read that, man, this is a great song, man. It's real mellow. Snoop is giving you his style. He letting you know, hey, man, I can go toe to toe with anybody at this time, man. This is a great song, man.
Man, what's up?
Listen, I like I said, I like the W Balls and how it rolls straight into the song. I like for the CD. I'm gonna tell you, I like pretty much all the songs on the CD. And then I remember that the Arsenio, now that you kind of like mention it, so on and so forth. And I like the CD start off out of the bathtub in the G-Funk, the gin and juice, so it take you to that party vibe. And then the Shiznit kind of bring you back. Like now the party kind of died down. I'm envisioning the party didn't die down, the chicks and their people didn't left or whatever. You just chilling with your boys or who else, that the hanger-ons, they smoking and everything now, watching some Rudy Ray Moore or something like that on TV, whatever you do at like the end of the party. Now they didn't blaze up, they just start smoking, and it's coming to the end of the party and that. So the CD take you in so many different peaks and valleys, and the valleys they ain't kind of like an emotional ride or whatever, getting you hyped up and then getting you to that Snoop Dogg and everything where you just chilling. And then kind of what Hunt said is like, that song is very braggadocious and everything when he rapping. But what makes it even better is it's like he's so braggadocious, but not like aggressive like we accustomed to when somebody rapping and about how good they are and how they got the best lyrics or so on and so forth. He just so laid back and everything with it. And yeah, I got rhymes and I can go toe to toe with anybody and still be laid back and cool with it.
So then we go into track 6, Domino. Now, for somebody like myself that never played dominoes, never played spades until they got to college, I feel like I was robbed. And the person I'm gonna blame is my older brother, because he never taught he never taught me how to play spades. He never taught me how to play dominoes. So when I got to college, I was the oddball. And to this day, whenever we go play spades at somebody's house, I need to get a refresher course from Shayla. So I blame you for that.
You came to college to visit me enough and saw us playing spades, where if you ain't pick up on it then, it wasn't meant to happen for you.
See, thumbs down for you. Where was you at with the domino interlude, man?
Hey, I'll tell you this, like, how you feel about spades. I can play spades. I ain't the best domino guy.
Yeah,
I got the basics and everything down, but then again, like, I don't want to say it's impressionable, but like the same way that I feel about the gin and juice and the hockey jersey, he took you into the West Coast world. That was their thing, playing dominoes. How many people now was out there after listening to this, whether they was from a different region, like now they playing dominoes. Now they got dominoes at their backyard barbecue, so on and so forth as well too.
Hunt, what's up?
If I'm not mistaken, and Boys in the Hood, when Ice Cube came home, was they playing dominoes in the backyard?
Right.
And and when he yells it out, I'm gonna take it in a different direction though, man. Like,
yeah,
but like it's a house party. You can tell it's a house party, man. They still painting that picture. The party is set. The party is going on. But I'm gonna take you in a different direction. Y'all ever heard about what this interlude is, right? So listen to the conversation with Dre and Daz. Daz said, "Hey man, what's them dudes that was on TV dissing you?" He talking about Eazy-E.
Right.
Then they like, oh, whatever, old HIV having ass niggas. So the conspiracy was, remember when they said Suge injected him, Easy, with HIV? The rumor is they knew that he was going to inject him, and that's why Daz was like, yo, HIV having ass nigga, because Easy didn't have HIV. So why would he know that he got that? Why would he say that? But that's a conspiracy. But I just wanted to bring that to light. But They paint a good picture of the party, man. You know, the house party, man. This is very relatable, you know, very relatable.
Kelz.
No, I never heard the Suge story with the HIV to this day. So that was wow. And then
I'm gonna explain it after you. I'm gonna explain it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And then but it reminded me of being in college because we always played cards. I've always played cards since I was little. And it's funny to this day. At my house, we still play Mexican Train, which is a form of dominoes. We probably play once a month. We play a lot.
Mexican Train?
Yeah, there's another one.
I don't know if that's gonna fly nowadays.
I thought this was for the kids, man. But it was really good, man. And go back to you, huh? Because I done lost my mind now.
So this is like in 2002 or 2003. Suge Knight is on like Jimmy Kimmel, and they talk about killing, like, so he joking with Suge, you know, and Suge say, you ain't got to do that no more. All you got to do is, you know, take a needle and, you know, inject somebody with AIDS, you know, the Eazy-E thing. And they like, you know, I'm like, what? You know what I mean? So he said it, you know, you inject him with AIDS, you know, the Eazy-E things. And then that they brought this to like, well, how did Daz know that he had HIV if Suge injected him? So it's conspiracy, but go ahead, Kev.
It's all good. So then we go into Lottie Dottie. Obviously, this is a remake of Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh. And I'll be perfectly honest, I don't remember hearing Lottie Dottie before the Snoop Dogg version of Lottie Dottie. Once again, I'll blame my older brother. So
Dude, you was way too young. You can't blame people and everything for stuff when you was a child. But
I'm just saying.
What? If I was you, I would have never had admitted that though.
Hey man,
that like not hearing Lottie Dottie, that's something you should have kept to yourself.
I mean, I know it. I've heard it now. Like, you see how you trying to flip that? You see how I try to flip that?
I'm saying that you, as an adult man, as successful as you are, should not have just admitted that you did not hear Lottie Dottie. So edit that part out.
No, that's gonna stay. I ain't got no shame.
It came out 85, so I was 9. And I know it like the back of my hand. I was hearing that like, it was 85, so you were 6, Kev.
Yeah.
I get it. I thought I might take my turn here. I think the only person that could have did this remake also, Ghostface. I'm not big on remakes. This is a good remake, man.
Right.
This is a real good remake, and he throw his flavor on it with the cool water cologne, the stuff like that. I have to step back in. I forgot my endo, man. I think he did a real good job, and there's nothing wrong with paying homage, man. Like he wanted to just pay homage to Slick Rick, man, and you can kind of tell his style, his flavors a little bit. I'm not gonna say it's Slick Rickish, but he has a style that's similar to his kind of his ongoing flavor. Slick Rick had this way of talking and rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop has this way of talking and rapping, like, that, how will I be a G that I was? No one ever really heard anyone doing that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Where was you at with it, Kelz?
No, I'm with them with it. Like, there's nothing I can add. Like, it was. I knew Lottie Dottie, unlike you, but and I was, but yeah, it was really good, man, and it was a good homage, and yeah, you can't be mad at, like, but a lot of guys say bite and stuff like that, and it wasn't really biting at all. Like, I remember some dudes that just was like, oh, he just taking the Lottie Dottie, that's nothing, but he made it his own, so I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, he said in the beginning of the song, shouts out to Slick Ricks when he started to rap. Man, where was you at with it?
Hey, again, a great song. I don't think I'm trying to go back or whatever. I don't think anybody ever that I recall said that he bit the song. I get where Kev's going, like, hey, that he biting. I think it was strictly, at least for myself, even right up on the first listen, it was strictly homage that he was paying the Slick Rick and that song, and putting that his spin on it, and the Long Beach spin and everything on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, slowed it down, and then, like, again, it's like he put the Snoop Doggy Dogg cool spin on it. It's cool. One thing I'm noticing too, listening to this, is the Chronic, like, I feel like reintroduced some people and everything too. Snoop Dogg made it cool to smoke it. and he took that and he bled that and everything obviously throughout his career, but definitely into this as well too.
That's what's up. So the real hard question is, which version is better, Snoop's or Slick Rick's?
Ain't nothing better than the original, man.
Come on.
That had to be one of the most popular songs. So was you hip to the show, Kim?
Yes.
I'm sure you heard the show in the club.
Yes.
At that time, it was both of those songs. And it was
right.
Man, it was on the radio and stuff, man. This is how, Doug got popular. Dougie Fresh got popular. Them two, I thought they were a group. I didn't know that they were just doing collaborations on both of each other's songs. But, man, these songs, these are the top 10 most popular songs, the show and Lottie Dottie, by both of those guys. I would say Lottie Dottie by Slick Rick is definitely better.
So I just want to clarify, since I have heard Lottie Dottie, it wasn't until this album until I heard the original Lottie Dottie. So I have heard it, and I know it. So I don't want nobody to get it confused. Like, oh, I just heard Lottie Dottie last week. Like, I heard Lottie Dottie, but just happened to be after I heard Snoop Dogg's version of Lottie Dottie. That's all I'm trying to say.
We don't follow nobody where. I just had to take a quick listen to the original. Yeah. Why I love the Snoop Dogg version, it ain't a comparison though.
Yeah.
The original hands down better, but Snoop did pay beautiful homage.
Yeah, it's a good song, man. It's way better than that Vapors remake he did, man.
On the Lemmy Days.
That was terrible, man. That was terrible. Man.
You trying to say sometimes you just can't. You can only go to the well one time.
Yeah, man. You can't remake everything, man. Yeah, like that Vapors.
All right, so we on the track 8. Murder Was the Case. Now, obviously, this is the album version of Murder Was the Case. Then it was remixed later for the Murder Was the Case mini movie and everything like that. And Murder Was the Case has so many avenues we can go with it. For right now, we're just gonna stick to the song of it. What did y'all think of Murder Was the Case when you initially heard it? Kelly?
You know, it was really good. Like I said before, this is one of the albums that there is. Now I won't say there's no fast forwardable material, but close to. Like this wasn't one of my favorite songs on that, but I still liked it a lot, and I liked the picture of the case and like I always said, Snoop was always able to make these great pictures, and that's what made him makes him a good rapper. Is that when he was in his bag, he could paint a great picture, and you could relate to it, kind of like the gin and juice, and you felt as if you were in that, you were him. It was like, man, if I was in this spot, I would feel like this. If what I'm saying makes sense.
Hunt.
Man, this is a good song. Now, but you do know these are the same Dre Day drums.
Mm-hmm.
Dre Day drums. And he put this Santana sample over it that I listened to, but I think it's not one of my favorite songs on the CD. It's a good song though. I'm like you. Now here's what I noticed with this CD. There's more playable songs on this CD than the Chronic, man. It's more playable.
I was gonna go there.
Yeah, I think the Chronic
it's a better CD than the Chronic. Personally,
we're gonna say that. We're gonna save it. We're gonna save it.
Okay. But this is a good. Now I didn't have time to research this, but he said he had a murder case at this particular time.
Yes.
This wasn't with the Bodyguard. Was this with the Bodyguard that came out in 90s? Oh, that went all the way up to 1996.
Yeah, the murder.
Okay.
We can go ahead and jump into it now. In August of '93, while recording this, that's when the murder case happened. You know, the Bodyguard shot somebody in self-defense, and then that's when everything snowballed. So that sparked this song being written by Snoop.
Ah, got you. Okay. Because I was wondering which one was he talking about.
Okay, so this was the same case then.
Yeah.
That's the same case Tupac said he didn't like Dre because Dre didn't come to none of the court dates. He said he wasn't down with him. He said Dre's a sucker. He had a lot to say about Dre. I want Dre to one day acknowledge, hey man, Pac didn't like you, dude. Quit talking about some, oh man, the relationship was great. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That's the truth, man.
That's like after your parents get divorced and they try to be cordial.
Yeah, it's too late now, you know.
Man, where was you at when Murder Was the Case?
Hey man, I myself, I like the song. Now I would venture to say that it's not a song that it did not get as much play as other songs on the CD. Okay. Now I like the whole painting the picture, like, because I envision them in the car. You got the Warranty song and playing in the background.
Are you high yet? What soundtrack?
Listen, I'm too old for you to test me on stuff like that. So look, playing in the background.
Higher Learning.
with Nate Dogg and stuff like that. And then I like I like the part. It was funny to me. And my dude Larry in San Diego, he found the same part funny as well. But when the dudes is talking about like, is that Snoop? You Snoop? Yeah, you Snoop Dogg. For some reason, I always found that part. Funny. It's not supposed to be funny, but just how they say it, I always found it comical myself. But again, they painted that picture of somebody they chilling. Then you got some haters and everything coming over, hating, and then they taking aim at him, start shooting, and then he go right into the song of telling what happened. You Snoop Dogg, you Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Jump on that nigga. But you know, like this song not only it spawned a mini movie, it spawned a remake, spawned an entire soundtrack off of one song.
There's a lot of bullets they shooting at this dude, man. There's a lot of bullets. Y'all got some bad aim, but keep going, man.
No, like I was saying, man, this song spawned a popular remix that Daz did the remix for. Then you got obviously the mini movie, and then it spawned an entire soundtrack. So like that's the machine of Death Row back then. You know, they took a concept song for something they was going through in real life and spawned another money making opportunity out of it, man. So like I just remember his performance on the VMAs. He performed it. He get up out the wheelchair. He
right
does the entire song. And like shoot.
Yeah.
For people that's dumb enough to still pay for MTV jams like I am, like they play. I love the second verse. You know, it's morbid as hell, but you know, it's still a dope song for me. So then we on the track 9, Serial Killer with the Dog Pound, RBX, and I didn't even know DOC was on here. I guess DOC is on the hook, I'm assuming.
I saw that same thing and I was thinking where. I couldn't really, I don't know.
But not this. I'm assuming he is a hook. But you know, this for D. Corrupt and Daz play catch very well on this song.
Yeah.
Man, where was you at with Serial Killer?
Yeah, I like Serial Killer. So I think like right here you get to a point where I feel it is kind of like the Chronic. Like the Chronic started off and it kept going. It kept going and going and going up. I feel the same way. What I mean, what I'm trying to get to is I feel the same in everything about this CD. Aside from like Rage setting the tone right off the bat, it went all Snoop, and now we're starting to get to the point where I'm gonna take you bring the Dog Pound into the mix now. So you slowly bringing the Dog Pound and everything into it, and I think you spot on. Like they do play off each other and everything well, because you know what? I think this is the first that you heard. This is the first you hear Corrupt and Daz on the CD and everything like that.
Yeah. Turn that down a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
Give me a copyright strike.
That's why I was motioning.
Where was you at with it, Kelz?
No, it reminds you of all the good Dog Pound Posse songs. You know what I mean? They have so many just good posse songs that they put together, and this kind of reminds me of a song we'll talk about later on, or the Above the Rim soundtrack. Mm-hmm. It has that type of feel to it. So, I wasn't gonna fast forward it. I definitely was listening to it, and everybody I knew listened to it.
Hunt.
Yeah, at this point, man, I just wanted to hear a Dog Pound song. You know what I mean? I wanted to hear any song, but all of them on it, which was this. Man, this was the same sample, the Funky Worm, but I guess they sped it up, I guess. Because when it said Funky Worm, I'm like, where did I play that part? And I was like, wow, that's a good job of disguising that sample. But I think I liked, I kind of like our RBX verse maybe a little bit better. But, you know, you finally get to hear Daz and Corrupt, and, you know, let's talk about Daz for a minute here, okay? Since this is my fault. Hold on. Where'd Jermaine go? Okay.
I'm right here.
I'm talking. Okay. Since this is the first song that he's on, so Daz always talks about how he's produced this, he's produced that. Man, so I've seen him say this. He did the scratches on Rat-a-Tat-Tat. He said them scratches, that was me. Then he goes on to say in a different interview, they asked him, that down south dude with the dread doing all them interviews now. He's like, I produced Rat-a-Tat-Tat. Well, hold on, man. You say you did the scratches. Which one is it, man? And if you ask, if anything you come from Daz, man, Daz pumps himself up a lot, man. So, but I just wanted to throw that in there because Daz takes a lot of credit from Dr. Dre. Now, look, what happened when Dr. Dre left? With all you, Daz, where's these classic CDs at? You couldn't even do that on your own CD. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to say about that. But I like this song, Serial Killer. I think I like RBX, his verse better because I like his voice a whole lot, man. But like I said, this time I just wanted to hear a song with the whole pound on it. So
that's what's up. So we on the track 10. What's My Name? The first single out the gate. I just remember this video, man, and a lot of my references are to the videos because, I didn't hear the CD in its entirety until a little bit later. But the video in itself, Fab Five Freddy directed the video. Snoop standing on top of the donut shop out there in Long Beach. Everything about the video is just so memorable and it sticks in your mind so much. Big Hunt, where was you at with What's My Name?
This is I'm not too big on this song. I think this is a safe song though. He's saying a lot of stuff like, throw your hands in the air and all this stuff. They're just having fun, especially stuff in the video. He just he just beat you down your throat as far as I'm Snoop, you know what I mean? I'm Snoop. He wanted to get his name, I believe, as a household name. I think that's exactly what this song did. Snoop Doggy.
Right.
Dog. Hey,
the Atomic Dog.
I'm always on the production tip, right? Like this is almost the same song as Can't See Me with Tupac. Right? Same drum.
This is the better version though.
Same drum. I'm like, dude, Drake, come on. It's like he kind of runs out of stuff sometimes, man. But this song is okay with me. I like the video though. They had their little Pendletons on, you know what I mean? And it was cool. I'm not too big on the song, but
another thing about the video, man, for the time, he's at the girl's crib, her dad comes home, he morphs into a dog. At the time, those are great special effects. Now you look at it, you like, what is this?
You kind of realize, this dude really do look like a Doberman Pinscher, For real.
Where was you at with it, Kelz?
No, that was the Cat People stuff. Remember Maine's favorite movie, Cat People, from back in the day. But no, I really liked it a lot, man. And that Randy's Donut is actually right by LAX. So whenever I go to LA, I always go over there and swoop a donut. And that's the only reason I go is because I saw it in the video. And it's Amy Joy-esque. But but I like this song, man. It's commercial. I know it. Yeah. I don't like a lot of poppy songs, but I really like this song, man.
Kev likes a single. Wow.
I typically don't, but this was, like I said before, this was the first album where the singles were good, and we'll because remember how we always talk about the life of an album. Think how long the life of this album was with all the videos. Because I think it were 4 singles for it.
Yeah. Man, what's up?
I get where you're coming from, where Hunt said, "Hey, you know what? It sounded a little bit like the Tupac song."
It's right? Exactly like it.
Right. Yeah. And I get where kind of Kelly like he feel about like singles or whatever, but I feel like at the end of the day, for that time, I'll still listen to this song now.
Mm-hmm.
For that time when this came out, that was a good single. That was a good single, and they played that in the club. and they played it, whether it's at Vale's, the Q5, so on and so forth. It went with the same again with the videos following the same. He at the girl's house. It's all about. I mean, they was broke back then, so you know what I'm saying. This was before all the flossing, and this was like regular, everyday in the neighborhood stuff that was happening with the videos and in these songs, theme wise or whatever. So and being everybody been caught over a girl's house, or the girl got called over your house when they wasn't supposed to be there. So everything, and like I said, the song, I think this is a very good song. And I think when you start thinking about something, what's the one Biggie single or whatever? That at some point in time, you kind of like, okay, I'm kind of over this. It was on the double CD.
Hypnotized?
No.
Oh, the one with Mace. The one with Mason. More money, more problems.
Right. Like, think about how long they played that single for. They played that single, it seems like an eternity. That's the equivalent of, that's the equivalent of this song. And at that time, like, whether it was 93, 94, 95, I remember I wasn't at Central in 93 when this came out. I remember being at Central at parties and everything, and this song came on. And it's not like the dance floor cleared when the song came on. People was out there and everything like that. So, I mean, like I said, like nowadays or whatever, it's not like I would jump into the car and skip straight to it on the iPad. But if I'm riding and it come on, I wouldn't click it off.
That's what's up.
Do they still play this? I know.
Yeah, we no, actually the most popular song from this album, radio terms, is Gin and Juice. Gin and Juice. Yeah. What else? Obviously Nothing But a G Thing. More Money, More Problems still get a ton of burn. A lot of these songs, like these are like, you gotta think about it, these are crossover songs. These are songs that got played by white kids in middle America, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't played by us, you know. So those songs were super popular and they still resonate to this day. These are the songs that, you know, when they come on, you know, they tell their kids like, oh, I remember this song. We used to go party to this song, and that song. You know what I'm saying? Those songs still resonate to this day.
The crazy thing, though, there's a crazy thing with Snoop Dogg, with NWA. It wasn't just white kids playing these songs. It would be some grown ass white dudes, truck driving dudes playing these songs, saying like, "Hey, you know what? I like that Snoop Dogg or the NWA." It would be adult white dudes and everything that would mess with Snoop and the NWA and everything back then.
I mean, it goes back to Big Hunt saying, you know, Snoop is just a relatable guy, and the things that he's talking about is super relatable. And like everything in the video, like everybody has been in that situation where you've been at a girl's house or she's been at your house and you've been busted. Every single person has. I talked about this on my other podcast with my homies the other day. So we on the track 11 for my niggas and bitches. This is where it gets set off right here. We sets it off right now. We got the Dog Pound. We got Rage back again. This goes back to what everybody said on track 2. It takes a lot of balls for Snoop on his debut album to take a step back because he really doesn't rap on this song. This is really a Dog Pound song featuring Snoop. This song, I'm not going to call it my favorite song, but this shit is hard as hell. I love this song. I just remember playing this song a ton once I got the tape. It's a classic. Where was you at with it, Kelz?
Like you said, great song, man. It is one of those songs that to this day, when you hear it, I just played it through my ear loop for a minute, man, and it brings a smile to your face. I remember I didn't go to college with a lot of black people. And this song at a party, man. So I went to.
Wait a minute. Tell us about that experience.
So that was my point about this CD is that my freshman year, I could count. There were 10 black people that were freshmen that lived on campus, and I think my class was probably 1,000. And so, and I think it was 2 girls and 8 dudes. We all played football. All the dudes played football, and and we got a transfer basketball player that second semester. So when you hear this, that's why I was saying, like, that's why I was talking about, like, this album, where I went to college, bang, where you could walk by the fraternity row or wherever, and you would be at a house party and you would hear it. And I really didn't go to the house parties back then, my freshman year, but you could still hear that music while we sat in an apartment and drank 40s. You know what I
mean? Hunt, what's up?
Man, this is my favorite song off the CD, man. Man, I was big on Corrupt. Me and Maine was big on Corrupt, man. When this verse hit, I was just like, oh, man, because coming off the Chronic, you had the Dre Day sing. You had the Dre Day sing on the backside, was puffing on blunts and drinking Tanqueray. The Rage Run hip hop quotable. But I would always argue that Corrupt had the hip hop quotable on there. And then you had remember the freestyles that you could find on some of these B-sides and stuff. There was always more to come from the Dog Pound. And this song really made it, man, there's more to come from these guys, man. When he hit that last verse, well, actually, the way he starts the song off, man, how Corrupt starts the song off, and then the way when he hits his second verse, man, the kingpin of the click, top notch, 17 shot Glock cock, man, I was just like, wow. I was heavily anticipating Corrupt, man. Daz, Daz he did okay on here, man, but this, for me, I always argue between maybe this Corrupt verse is the best on the CD, or Rage's intro, but there's another verse I'm sure y'all know about too, but we're not gonna go there yet. But man, I love this song. Like you said, Snoop really didn't rap on it, man. But man, this is just a great song. I researched the sample. It was by a group called The License. The song was called Chrome in Time, man. But it's hard to hear it though. They do a good job with it though. I thought this was the song that Daz produced. It used to say Daz produced this song. I'm not sure though.
Really? Man, what's up?
This is my favorite song on the CD. Hands down, my favorite song on the CD. Like, I bring a smile to my face as soon as it come on. Like, Hunt gotta say, I forget where you get it from, but like you're gonna like a song after how many seconds is it?
Dre say give a song 15 seconds.
It don't take me 15. It didn't take me 15 seconds before I knew I liked it. Probably about the 6 second mark. The 6 second mark, and it go Rupp. Corrupt set the tone right off the bat, and then it go right into the chorus or whatever. So the chorus and everything is catchy. So like, you know what? I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for Corrupt and everything to show, the Dog Pound and everything to show up on the CD. They show up here. He set the tone and right out the gate. But I'm thinking, okay, that's his verse. It's time for other people. That's his verse. It go into the chorus. Boom. Then Daz show up. Daz is okay. They play catch.
What up, D?
But Daz do a good job. Then it go. I was not expecting it. It go back to Corrupt, who just bars.
Yeah, man.
Bars for the longest. And kept going and going and going.
I know you love that part about Rakim.
Going and going and going. Like, I feel like I feel bad because like Rage had a good verse too, but like Rupp's sandwiched in the middle took some shine off of her at the end. It should have went to Rage, and then he should have finished the song off and everything like that. But
Rage
overall,
could have had a better verse.
You said what?
Rage could have had a better. I'm surprised that she just did a simple verse, but she could have, she could have did what she usually does, but she chose not to, which was cool though. But
hands down, this is my favorite song on the CD.
It's a classic, man. Now we on to track 12, man. A song that if you play at a party today, is getting everybody on the dance floor. Ain't No Fun.
Yeah.
With Corrupt.
yeah.
Again, Warren G makes an appearance rapping wise. And we finally get a Nate Dogg hook. Music in this time frame was different. Obviously the misogyny of women in music goes on a long way. But I remember going to house parties and going to teen clubs, and when this song would come on, girls were singing it. Like, they didn't care what it was talking about. So I wanted to ask y'all, because obviously everybody loved this song. How was it going to the club when this song came on in that era? Hunt?
I don't remember this song much in the club. You would have to ask Maine around it. We was going to the same club. Do you remember this song much?
I don't remember. I feel like when this was out, it was more of the commercial stuff that was from Snoop that was getting played at the club, like the Genesis was getting Thumper, What's My Name. I feel this was more of a dorm room house party setting with the chicks in their sorority house or whatever. This was more of that scene versus the clubs.
Okay. Kelly, you got anything to add? Because I mean, there's nothing to add about this song. I mean, it's a fucking home run. Outside of the fact that I thought this should have been another single for Snoop off this album.
At first, when I first heard it, I thought it was an attempt at a fuck off song.
I think it is though.
Yes,
I think it is. But it just goes to show you how great it actually is.
Right. Like, I put this in the category of a great fuck off song along. We decided Player Hater was the greatest fuck off song, but this is a close number 2. But like Maine said, it gives you the vibe of just being. I remember in college, you would hear this at the house party, and everybody was singing.
I mean, that's the theme of this album, man. That's recurrent with everybody. It's a house party, man, and a house party sets it off, man. It's a classic song. Got a little mini remake by Mariah Carey and everything like that.
Now, Kev, let me throw this in here. In that particular article I read about Snoop, I typed up because I know Kelly would like to go into Dr. Dre stealing beats. So it was an article about Daz saying some credit he didn't get. So he said Warren G and Daz came to Dre with the hook and the melody. That's it. Dr. Dre put everything else around it, the beats and everything, created a song out of it. And he put himself, and Snoop was like, well, if you just got a melody and a hook, and then he puts all the music around it, he said, well, who produced it? He said Dr. Dre produced that song. And this was Snoop saying. So, and Kelly, I just want to let you know, if you saw the verses with Scott Storch, he played Cry Me a River. And he didn't get any credit for it when that song came out. Timberland took all that credit, man.
Timberland got the credit, and he played the keys just like Dr. Dre gets the credit for Steel DRE. Scott Storch played the keys. Yeah. I will say, like, the memorable part is the keys. Like, that's what you think about when you hear DRE, though, for sure.
Yeah.
We back to another Interlude Hunt special. We got a little chronic break. What's up, Hunt? Chronic break.
Which one is this? I'm trying to think.
Just a chronic break. Snoop talking shit with Daz.
Hell, Mevin in the blue.
Never had it, never will.
Yeah.
Hey, Daz jocking him in the back. He just died. Hey,
I knew it was coming.
Daz could have coming. It seemed like Snoop could have said anything, and Daz would have been yeah. This was a great one. I forgot all about this though. Yeah. He was jogging hard, man.
Oh, man. Y'all got anything to add, Kelz? Oh, this guy Kelz.
That's all I'm gonna do, man. I'm not even gonna say it. But Hunt hit it dead on the head, man.
Okay, you to add, man.
God, dude, I remember this video and everything like that. What was dude's name? I feel this disrespectful. The comedian that was in the videos passed away.
Ricky Harris.
Yeah.
Ricky Harris passed away?
Yeah, Ricky Harris passed away. Yeah, so we on the track 14, Doggy Dog World, with the Dog Pound again, the Dramatics, the third single off the album. Another great video. Pam Grier in the video, Ricky Harris in the video, everybody in that video playing off those themes that we talked about earlier in the pod.
Yeah.
With the pink stuff, with the 70s vibe. Another classic verse from Corrupt. You know, the video version cuts half of his verse off.
Yeah.
But on the album version, we get the full verse, man. Hunt, what's up?
Man, this is a great song. This is a great video. You know what I'm saying, Kelly? They're not on the subway just rhyming in regular clothes. You know what I'm saying? They not just, you know, in the projects rhyming with 30 dudes behind them. There's a concept here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always tease Kelly about beats and rhymes, but man, this is a great video, man. They had the dramatics on it, man. It's a great verse. This was the verse I was talking about, which might be the greatest. I'm gonna probably give it to the other song that we were talking about. This is another great verse by Corrupt, man, and Snoop has a great verse on it, man. Daz does his thing at the end, man. But I'm gonna give it to Corrupt. This is a great song, great video, man. Man, like they didn't even need like another single, man. Like this was like wow. Like after those two first singles, now you got this song coming too. It's like wow, man. But this CD was plentiful, man, and the number of the Doggy Dog World tops the whole CD off. You're like, all right, man, this is a 5 mic CD, man. Like, whatever comes after that, it's still a 5 mic CD.
I will say, all throughout 14 tracks on this album, I haven't been in the mood to skip anything yet.
Yeah,
nothing to skip yet. Kelz, where was you at with Doggy Dog World?
It was one of the. This was not a song I was into. This was a song that I would skip. But a lot of the guys I lived with, because think of the life of an album back then. The life of album. This life had an album of 3-4 years. I would think. But I just really wasn't into it. I remember my roommates used to love that song, but it just wasn't one for me. It was a definite fast forward. But you know, back to what we were saying, there are no songs on this thing though that everybody agreed to skip this song. That's one thing I can say about this CD. Like there may be a song that Hunt may not like, but you may not like, but there's no song on here that everybody's gonna agree. Skip this, man. I don't want to hear it.
Man, what's up?
Well, we started off talking about like him, like I'm talking about Jazz was jogging him or whatever. Jazz, he's around laughing or whatever, but like it rolled right into it. Like he talking about the chicks or whatever, and he talking trash or whatever. Hail Melvin and the Blue Notes never go platinum. Like that actually was him. This was segueing into this song. We was going from Snoop Doggy Dogg, as far as for like, you know, with the gin and juice and the hockey jersey, so on and so forth, to now we just walked into his love for the pimp type era or whatever. So that
70s flavor,
straight from there into this, and then looking at that video just now, glancing at it, just thinking like Corrupt verse and everything was good. Daz did a good job. They play catch, like you said. You know, and you're talking about like you got the dramatics in it. You got Huggy Bear was in the video. Freaking Rerun from back in the day was in the video. Rudy Ray Moore. It took you. We talked about it earlier or whatever about blaxploitation. It took you bam right smack dab into blaxploitation with that video.
Yeah.
So we on to the next track, the Classroom Interlude. We talked about Bow Wow being in the Gin and Juice video, but he also makes an appearance on this album. Not too many people know that, you know.
I didn't know that was Bow Wow.
Yeah, that's Bow Wow on there playing all the kids in the Classroom sketch. You know, he was quote unquote discovered by Snoop Dogg at a concert or whatever, and he was originally gonna be with Death Row and everything like that. So, you know, I want to be a motherfucking hustler and all that type of shit at the very end of it. And then it goes into anything y'all want to add to that classroom sketch.
No, man, I just want to say that there's a lot of interludes, a lot of skits and stuff in here, man, to create the flavor of the album, man. And
Right.
I really appreciate it because it feels like, as a producer and as an artist, they're really trying to impress you and trying to kind of like make a movie of this CD.
Right.
They're trying to tie it all in. They're really trying to have you buy into who Snoop Dogg is. And Snoop Dogg has said it before, when he grew up in his neighborhood, they always seen dope dealers and pimps and stuff, and that's who he looked up to. So that's exactly what he's saying in that particular interlude there.
So then we on the track 16, G's and Hustlers. My first skip.
Yeah.
I hated this song then. I hate this song now. And it just sounds like a bad freestyle. I hate the rhymes. I hate the beat. I hate the hook. I hate everything about this song. I despise this song. I'll never listen to this song again, by the way. Maine, where was you at with G's and Hustlers?
It feel out of place. It feel out of place on this CD. Like, I feel like this should have been on a B-side to like a single cassette, or like something that was pre-Snoop Doggy Dogg album, like post-Chronic, pre-Snoop Doggy Dogg album, whatever. It feel out of place. And like, even with the lay of the land, how the CD kind of plays out, if it was gonna be on here, it should have been way early.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
But like, as far as for like skip, like this is probably a song like that I fast forwarded on the cassette, or I probably skipped or whatever. Like, if it's just playing in the background and I'm like, let it play or whatever, I ain't gonna, whatever. But yeah, just feel out of place for this CD.
Y'all got anything to add, Hunt, Kelz?
It's skippable for me. It sounds like it was a forced rhyme. I think it's only one more. Now, Kev, are we going to talk about G's Up, Hoes Down? All right,
We are going to talk about that. We definitely got to talk about that.
I got up and walked away if we didn't. But to get pump out the way then.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. So we'll save that. All right. We're going. Yeah, we'll do Pump right now. We'll skip to the last track on the actual album. Pump with Malik. I still like this song. I know a lot of people that I've talked to don't like this song now. I was talking to a buddy of mine about that. He always asks me about what album we doing or whatever. He'll go back and listen to it and give me his little input or whatever. But I still like this song. Not only I love Malik rhyme on here. I remember this was on the in Above the Rim movie when old boy working out. I still like this song, man. I do think the ending of this CD is a bit abrupt. You get such a hype song, and then there's nothing to follow up after that, no outro or nothing like that. So I do think the ending of the album is kind of just like, all right, hope y'all had a good time. But I love that song. I don't know if y'all had anything to add with Pump Up with Malik.
No, I like that song. It's one of, it's more of a Dog Pound song if you really look at it and listen to it. I put it in more of a Dog Pound song. I kind of put it in remember Dog Pound for Life?
Who do I?
Yeah, but like those like, I like this song a lot, and it reminds me of that, because after I listened to that, it made me go listen to Dog Pound for Life, because it's like a poor man's version where it needs to be turned up. But but maybe the album ends like that because think it's the house party feel, and think the house party abruptly ends most of the time.
Yeah.
True. Y'all got anything to add, Hunt?
Who I just found out, like, it was like yesterday morning, I never really knew who that guy was. Who was Little Malik? Who was that?
Malik was in
Illegal?
Yeah, he was in Illegal with the light skinned kid.
Jamal,
Yes.
him and Jamal.
Yeah,
Jamal.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah. Him and Maul was in the group. He did some stuff with Monica and Dallas Austin, and I just found out actually that was that's Snoop and Brandy and Ray J's cousin as well. So,
I was about to say, why would he put him on his album? Okay, makes sense.
but Malik is also on for my niggas and bitches on the hook.
They had one good song. He
That's
had
not
one
a
good
female
song.
singing that.
Yeah, he's on the hook.
That's not a female singing that.
That's him.
Wow. Okay. I gotta
That's
look that up.
That's a 12-year-old.
Wow.
Talking like that.
Remember Hunt? They had they were with Eric Sermon, and they had the song "We Get Busy."
Yep.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
That was a good song. You probably can't find it on iTunes.
Maybe. Let me check Apple
No,
Music.
you can't find it. I tried to find it.
It ain't on Apple Music.
Damn.
What about Spotify?
Never find.
Damn. YouTube got it. So then we'll do it real quick. We'll do it justice. Just the check-in, the interlude before G's Up, Hoes Down. I always found it weird that the dude said, "I'm Sam Snead, you better recognize." And Sam Snead is on death row and he kills him. Like, I always thought that was weird.
And
I don't know about y'all.
His song was "You Better
Recognize." Yeah, I always thought that was weird. Like, you're killing a dude that's in your own crew. Like, so I always thought that was weird. I don't know if y'all had anything else to add to that.
You ever heard what Tupac and them did to Sam Snead, man?
No.
Well, I guess when Sam Snead's video came out, he had a bunch of East Coast guys in it.
Oh, God.
Him and the Outlaws sat him down. Like, if I see any East Coast dudes in your video, we hit you. And I heard they was just offing him, man. Like, but they beat him up bad, man. I'm gonna send you the clip when I find it, man. Well, it's a Vlad clip. I was like, wow, but yeah, that's a great skit though, man. That's a great skit though. Yeah.
Y'all got anything to add, Kelz, man?
Only reason I remember that that guy, because I went to college in Pennsylvania, so a lot of those guys that Sam Snead was from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So they used to rap him and Mailman back then when I was in college, and they would always talk about them guys and how much impact they had in Pittsburgh and how much impact they had on crowds in 2001.
Look, Kel.
Ain't got no
I'll
credit.
be honest. Hey, if you type up Sam Snead on Apple Music, it says that he co-produced Natural Born Killers with Joe and Ice Cube. So.
Oh wow, he got credit. That's the accused part of it.
He was an in-house producer.
We talking about the same guy who takes credit for a licensing deal. Those headphones.
Let's stick to this.
It's a licensing deal. He didn't do anything but put his name on it. Like a lot of.
Yeah, y'all two dudes, man. Y'all never stop. So, what you say, man?
G's up and hoes down.
Yeah, all right, let's get into it. So, obviously, this is the missing track. If you're listening to it on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your music from, you can only hear this song right now on YouTube, or if you have an original print of the Snoop Dogg CD. If you were there back in November of '93 and you bought it from wherever you bought it from, where if you bought it from your local record store, you bought it from Green Light Shopping Center, you bought it from Dallas Rapid Creation, you bought it from wherever, you got a dub of it. You got a dub of the original Snoop Dogg pressing. You are the lucky person that still has it. I know one person that still has that CD. Maine, does that CD still play?
Yes. Here's the best thing about it is I got more than one copy.
You got the originals from back when you bought them?
Yes. I got more than one copy. I got G's up, hoes down, and now look.
This thing got the Jewel of the Nile.
Got another copy but I don't got the CD case. And you know what? That came from my previous career with repo and cars and stuff like that. I got another copy or whatever. I got like a ton of Snoop Dogg and Chronic copies or whatever, but I got 2 copies of the original.
I forgot about this song. I forgot about this song when you mentioned it. Why? Story of why it's not there?
Go ahead, Kelly. Go ahead.
Is there a story of why it's not there anymore?
Same thing as the Biggie shit. Clearance issues. They had a sample on there, and back in those days, sampling really wasn't like getting red flagged and everything like that. But this got red flagged later after the pressing was out, and it got removed, and they never got it cleared. So after the initial pressing of the Snoop Dogg CD, and it's not on any streaming site, so you can only hear this song on YouTube right now unless you have an original press of the CD. And without a doubt, this is the best song on the entire album.
I would say the second best probably. Next to I would say my third best.
Fourth. I would go back and forth between this and my
it's a great one.
The second favorite songs on the CD.
Fair enough. Kelly, do you remember this song?
I just was listening to it. Now I remember this was one of my favorite songs, man. Like I forgot all about it when I was listening to the CD until y'all mentioned it, and then I just went and found it. And wow, great song though, really great song.
Now I'm gonna ask this
for me, go ahead.
I want to ask this question.
Go ahead, Hunt.
We knew that them dudes was Crips, right?
Yeah.
Now there wasn't like any mention of them Crips. Like, when did that really start? Because we knew that Snoop was a Crip, but when did they start in hip hop naming their gang set like name for name? Because Snoop and them eventually started doing it, with the Dog Pound Gangster Crips.
Right. I want to say it was on the Murder Was a Case soundtrack. Like they started saying DPGC.
Okay. With Snoop D and all them.
Yeah, all the extra dudes.
Yeah, all them extra dudes.
All the extra dudes. And
I heard it was DJ Quick was one of the first to say he's a treetop Pyru, but I was just wondering that. That was a good question somebody asked me. But when did they start naming their sets on records? So
I would say I think
because like Easy.
I want to say I think I knew that
Easy and 8
was in the
Easy and 8 are Crips.
Before I heard Snoop go ahead and announce it, or MC8, so on and so forth.
I ain't hear what you said, man. One more time.
I feel like I knew that DJ Quick was in the gang before it was announced that Snoop was in one. I feel like somewhere between DJ Quick and MC8, that's when it started to kind of be out there.
8 never said it though. He never said it.
Right. But I think it was like kind of just with their beef back and forth. I think it was kind of insinuated, so on and so forth.
Maybe I think it became a little more popular after. And you guys might jump down my throat about this, but remember when Menace to Society dropped?
Right.
And because think when Colors came out and all that, like no one really repped that gang life. But remember when we were in high school, that's when guys started really kind of claiming those sets. And then I remember once Menace to Society came out, like I knew some of the biggest lame dudes that was claiming sets all of a sudden.
That was the dudes representing folks back in Cleveland, right?
Yeah, it was the dudes that didn't go to college version of the Creeps.
All right, man. So without a doubt, this album stands the test of time. It's great. We all can agree upon that, right? So the real question is the Chronic, DoggyStyle. Which one is better?
This is what I say, man. I think the Chronic has much stronger songs like Rat-a-Tat-Tat, Stranded on Death Row, High Powered. Those 3 songs, I don't think I think those 3 songs are unmatched. He has a few songs that can compete with those songs, but there's some songs on the Chronic, man, that are real strong, man. Like the posse cuts on here isn't like Stranded on Death Row. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give the strength of the songs to the Chronic and lyrical gangbang stuff like that. But I think there's more playable. I'm going to skip. I'm going to skip G Thing. I'm going to skip Dre Day. I'm going to skip Little Ghetto Boys. Yeah, I'm going to skip some songs on that.
I've always skipped Little Ghetto Boy.
Yeah, I'm going to skip.
Y'all is so foul, man.
I've always.
There's more songs. There's more playable songs. There's more playable songs on DoggyStyle. But man, that's a great question because I think everyone kind of started thinking that when we listened to this and took it to the head. But I would say they're probably neck and neck, man. That's what I would. I don't know, man. That's hard to say. I don't know. I'm gonna say the strength of the songs go to the Chronic. I'm gonna still ride with the Chronic.
Kelz?
I disagree, man. I would say that this is a lot better because you don't have Paul Robeson singing "Old Man River," Little Ghetto Boy on this album, man. There is so much good content on here. And what my point is if you were riding, if the 4 of us was riding in the car, there would be songs on the Chronic. You'd be like, "Hey, man, fast forward this," and everybody would say, "Okay, yeah." But on this album, there's one song that everybody said, "Yeah, let me fast forward this. I could do without this." That's why I would say that I personally think that this is the best complete album that Dr. Dre ever did. That's just my opinion. It's great. It's nothing to fast forward. Once My Name, if you hear it now, you'll still bob your head and listen to it. Unlike a lot of stuff on the Chronic, because like you said, I don't want to hear Dre Day no more. I don't want to hear a lot of that stuff no more. But you can.
So
was it just
Gin and Juice?
Was it just because those were singles and we heard them so many times?
No, because you can still listen.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Gin and Juice.
Gin and Juice. I would still listen to Gin and Juice right now. I was still listening to like What's My Name? Okay, but Gin and Juice, I wouldn't have no beef or no problem with listening to that song. I find I don't want to say that the CD is better than the Chronic because the Chronic is such a classic CD. I would just say if you put 2 in front of me right now, and I gotta catch a flight, I'm probably gonna grab the Snoop Dogg CD. If I gotta take a long road trip, like, hey, which CD you taking with? I would grab the Snoop Dogg CD, and it wouldn't be like, I'm gonna grab the Snoop Dogg CD and roll. It wouldn't.
Well, let me ask you, which one do you think has the stronger songs?
I know I get what point you making because I agree with Hunt on that. Like, which break down like stronger songs. I would agree. I would lean towards Hunt, but handing me 2 CDs. I'm grabbing the Snoop Dogg CD.
That's my point.
I'm with Hunt. I'm grabbing the Chronic. I think the Chronic is better overall. Like, you know what? Let me take that back. If Kelly gonna laugh. If I'm in a setting where it's a set and we playing cards and there's females involved, I'm gonna play the Snoop. If it's just straight me and the boys, it's the Chronic. And if it's straight me by myself, I'm playing the Chronic. But to involve everyone, I would play the Snoop. But if it's strictly me, I believe that the Chronic is a superior CD. I like harder music. Like, this is still hard. It has its hard songs on here, but it still has those commercial songs and those, you know, it gives you those good vibes and everything like that. But like, I just like a harder sounding music if I'm by myself. But like, overall, hanging out with everybody, I would pick the Chronic. There's without a doubt that that Death Row produced 3 great CDs. I think we can all agree that Death Row produced 3 great CDs with the Chronic, Snoop, All Eyes on Me is debatable.
It's debatable with me too. It's debatable with me.
Hey man.
But we're not. Listen, it's not about that. This is Snoop Dogg's day. It's not about Snoop Dogg's day. So we're not even gonna go into that.
Yeah, that. What's your phone number? That's all I'm gonna say. But gents, this was great, man. I gotta listen to Pat. I gotta go watch Patti LaBelle on Versus, guys.
Hey,
who's she going against?
Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight.
Wow.
It's on right now. Wifey watching. Hey, fellas, I appreciate y'all jumping on the pod again. Of course, Big Hunt always there when I need him. Kelz, you there when I need him. Big bro,
I showed up today.
I'm proud, I'm proud of you.
Listen, you got my commit All Eyes on Me and Chronic 2001, which I got some pent up frustration after all these years with Hunt about Chronic 2001.
What?
We didn't go to the concert because of you.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was about to say
got a point.
it was my fault. Yeah.
So
we'll save that for another day.
Absolutely. So what we gonna do, since Maine showed up for this one, we gonna give him like a 3-4 week break, until we reconvene with y'all fellas again. All right.
All right.
All right, fellas. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you again.
You got it. Deuces.
Peace.